Hello everyone, this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. Give me one moment to get the live chat set up. I hope everyone's having a incredible day today. As always, I'm going to set up the description and tags of the video. Then I am going to go over my day without reading the live chat, and then after that, the live chat and I are going to hang out until the stream hits about an hour long. So yeah, without further ado, let me get that all set up. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, staying subscribed to the channel, liking the content. Without you guys here, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't make these vlogs if it wasn't for the fact that you guys enjoy seeing them and enjoy watching them. So I appreciate you guys' continual support of the channel, of the vlogs, and just of us all hanging out. I do enjoy hanging out with you guys and having these discussions. I feel like I don't really say thanks enough, so I would like to say thanks. I truly appreciate everything that you guys do for the channel. Let's see. I still need to put tags on that Dragon Ball Fighter Z video and edit its stuff, but not right now. Not while I'm editing this particular video. Speaking of which, I need to get everything set up to where I can edit this video. Yikes! Did I accidentally open, an additional tab? RIP. Okay, so we're gonna refresh this. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Feel free to post how you've been doing today in the live chat. I'll definitely check that out. Let me see if I can make this a little bit easier. So I have the notes on like a second screen on my TV. I'm curious if I can, right next to that, put the live chat. And then on my computer screen down here, edit like the description and everything. Okay, here we go. So now I have the live chat up on the TV. So now I just need to grab the info and settings and drag them down here. Here we go. So now I'm editing the tags in the description. I have the live chat right in front of me, so I can still read what you guys are saying with the greatest of ease. So feel free to talk in the live chat. And then specific tags and general tags. Ooh. Let's see. I just have to add a couple more things. To the dorm. And Matt join us shortly after. We worked on D&D characters, watched anime, played Dragon Ball Fighter Z. And I can add additional details to that as I tell the story. So I'm not gonna waste you guys' time too much typing up stuff that should have already been typed up. 5, 4, 3, 2. There we go. And then 1 should already be spaced out. So now I'm just gonna add tags to the video, and then we should be ready for action. And of course I gotta set the category to people and blogs. All changes saved. Advanced settings. People and blogs. Okay, cool. So now that should all be set up. I just moved the phone to see if I could see if it's saved, but I didn't move it in the way I needed to. Okay, so now all that's set up, I'm going to go over my day, and then after that I'm going to interact with you guys in the live chat. So last night I had a dream where I was transported into a video game that changed from a Lego open world to a cartoon racing game, and finally to a medieval slash sci-fi fantasy horror escape game. The dream featured many dead relatives and even had one of my relatives who's currently living die in the dream. It started out as a really fun dream, became legitimately scary and challenging in the middle, and then ended by just being sad. It actually inspired me to buy a brand new video game, Lego Worlds, based off of the beginning part of the dream where it was a big like Lego open world. So far the game is pretty good. I just wish the camera was a little better. When you're editing the world and using some of your Lego Worlds abilities, the camera can just get stuck in weird places. I watched a Smash Ultimate Tournament Grand Finals. I actually watched two different Smash Ultimate Tournament Grand Finals. I'm not the biggest Smash Brothers player, but I play Mii Gunner whenever I hang out with my friends. And my friends have said many things about Mii Gunner, about how Mii Gunner's like not very good in one-on-one, and about how Mii Gunner gets played in tournament, but only as default Mii Gunner. So I wanted to see, are there any good Mii Gunner players who are like hitting up like grand finals of tournaments, and what are the restrictions on like how much you can edit your Mii Gunner? So I watched grand finals between Chia and Moosh. Chia played Mii Gunner and Moosh played Ike. I noticed that in the tournament, Chia was allowed to customize her moves, name, and the color of her jacket. Talking with the guys, they said that you had to use like the standard set of Mii Gunner moves, that you couldn't customize them. But from what I saw, and that was the grand finals of the Smash Ultimate tournament, she was allowed to edit her moves. She didn't do a lot of character customization though. She just changed the color of her jacket. So I don't know the restrictions that were on that, if there were any. Chia did not do well. It was interesting to see that she made it to the grand finals, but she pretty much got mollywopped by Moosh. She claimed that that was her first time using that particular set of moves on Mii Gunner, and that she will get better. So she promised that she will get better, but she did not do very well in that tournament at all. It was interesting to see that she made it to finals though. After that, I watched Tails versus Sekai in a Smash Ultimate Grand Finals that was for 4 days ago. By the way, to give you some context of the Chia match was either a week ago or 2 weeks ago, where the Tails versus Sekai match was from like 4 days ago, and it was in Spanish. Tails played Mii Gunner and Sekai played Duck Hunt. Tails had a customized Mii Gunner that had like the Toad outfit, so he was allowed to like edit his outfit. His move set I think might have been standard, but I'm not sure because I don't play standard Mii Gunner, so I'm not fully familiar with all the standard Mii Gunner move set things that are included with that. But at least I've seen one where you were allowed to change the outfit. The Toad outfit to me is like a pretty big change. Um, Versus where Chia just made it pink. And I saw another tournament where they were able to like change the move set. So it seems like you can change your outfit and you can change your move set when playing Mii Gunner in tournament, at least based off of that footage that I've seen from two different grand finals. So I don't know. Um, while watching the Tails versus Sekai match, I saw a Doritos commercial starring Chance the Rapper and the Backstreet Boys. Apparently, there are new Flaming Hot Nacho Doritos. My favorite Doritos are Spicy Nacho, so I might like Flaming Hot Nacho. I was surprised that Chance had done a song using a Backstreet Boys beat and then had the Backstreet Boys dancing with him in a video that was essentially for Doritos. It was just an ad. I was like, wow, this is a very elaborate advertisement. I'm not a fan of Flaming Hot Cheetos, but I like Spicy Nacho Doritos, so maybe I'll like Flaming Hot Doritos. I don't know. We'll see. Tails versus Sekai seemed pretty close in skill. Sadly, Tails lost 3-1. Now you may be like pretty close in skill, but lost 3-1. How does that work? Well, Smash is kind of interesting because of how stocks work. You can both like end a game with you both having like one stock and really high percentage, and then it's whoever can like knock their opponent like out of the ring and like kill them. So it essentially came down to that for like all their matches. They would both get like down to the last stock, really high percent, and then someone gets that hit off and they like kill the opponent. So I feel like Tails was putting in work. He was getting Sekai to that last stock, and he was getting them to like reasonable percentage to like be able to kill him. But Tails just wasn't able to really get that last hit in, and I feel like that is what made Tails lose 3-1. Um, but he was the most competent Mii Gunner Grand Finals player that I've seen, and I've only seen two today. So Tails was pretty dope, not gonna lie. He made me respect one of the Mii Gunner moves that I personally don't use. Is where you shoot a little energy ball out of like your hand cannon. That ball is like really small. It goes horizontally like across the screen, but when it hits, it has an explosion. It's almost like your opponent got hit by a bomb. The only thing that I don't really like about it is that with my Mii Gunner, I play more of a grenader approach. So I like being able to drop my mines and being able to throw my grenades. And even if I miss, the grenade still has like a delay before it goes off. And same thing with like the mine, where the whole thing about the mine is your opponent either gets close and gets hit by it or it goes off eventually. Because essentially you can play with the battlefield. You can set up traps more or less and make your opponent have to work their way around those things. And I feel like that's something you miss when you have that little like energy ball bullet thing, more or less, because it looks like it takes the same amount of time to shoot that as it does to like shoot the grenade. I'm pretty sure they're both like neutral B, but at least with the grenade, if it doesn't immediately hit anyone, it still has the potential to hit someone if you can set up the situation right. So that's part of what I enjoy about that. Also, you can play with the physics of like using grenades and bombs and Smash. Anyways, Danica messaged me on Facebook. It seems like she's feeling worse and that her dad is also sick. Hopefully, she feels better soon. It seems more and more likely that she won't be better by Saturday. Fingers crossed that she has a speedy recovery. I played Let It Die for the fan poll, which Matt, aka Yotaro, voted for. Um, so the action wasn't as hype as I would have liked. I've been spoiled by Shadow of Mordor. I feel like Shadow of Mordor has a lot of like cool, fast-paced action that I can like really get into. And I just feel like Let It Die felt a little like sluggish. I'm also used to playing fighting games and things that are more like not to say that Let It Die doesn't have like its own like strategy to it. Not to say that Let It Die has like a weak combat system or anything like that. It's just not my cup of tea. I would prefer something that was more like like constantly like doing stuff. It just feels slower to me. After the fan poll, I went to class and quickly realized that I read the wrong part of the textbook. So I've essentially had a 6-day weekend, which I mentioned in the last blog, and I thought I was going to come into a class that we missed due to a snow day, and that we were going to do what was put on the schedule for the snow day. So I read over the chapter that we needed to read for the snow day and came into class, and she was like, "So we skipped that because of the snow day, so we actually read what we were supposed to read for today instead." And I was like, "Ooh, I sure didn't read it." And the whole class was about the case study thing that I didn't read. Luckily, it was about the Coca-Cola Pepsi War, which is something that I actually had a little bit of familiarity with already. So I didn't feel like ultra cucked, and I was able to participate in the class discussion. Now, I did feel a little bit bad. At one point, the teacher asked a question, and I answered the question mentioning like secret formulas. Um, and a girl earlier during the class session had mentioned Coca Cola's product differentiation through the secret formula. So we had both mentioned secret formulas at different times. The teacher then vaguely asked, "Who mentioned secret formulas?" And I raised my hand. And she was like, "Hey, hey," because this was the thing where you could get bonus points based on your participation. So she was like giving me like props on it. And the girl who had mentioned secret formulas first in regards to product differentiation was like, "The fuck?" She had like a heart, like, "No, like that was mine." And then when I saw her make that face, I was like, "Oh snap!" And I pointed at her to try and like help her get the credit, but I didn't mean to step on her toes. I wasn't sure what the teacher meant when she was like, "Who mentioned secret formulas?" Because we had both mentioned secret formulas, but she had mentioned them first. So I don't know. I felt bad about that, but hopefully she gets the credit that she deserves. Um, After class, I studied for and took my statistics test. I am not sure how well I did on the exam. I am not the best with math, but luckily, the majority of the test was based on concepts. So there were 16 concept questions. Um, a few of those might have had a little bit of math in it, but like nothing too serious. And then the rest of it was actually, I would argue that there were more than 16 concept questions. I would say the majority of it was concept with a little bit of math sprinkled in between. And then at the end, it was a lot of math. It was like formula, 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 formula. Yo, Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. So fingers crossed that I did well on that math test. I'm not entirely sure that I knocked it out of the park or anything, but hopefully I made a B or higher. So hoping. After that, I went on an adventure to find Gerard, going around the Charger Union looking for clues. So, because we had a test in statistics, I got out earlier than I normally would. So, I thought I would go to the CU and Matt and Gerard would just be there waiting for me. So, when I arrived at the CU and I didn't find Matt or Gerard, I was like, I wonder what's going on. So, I went to the Magic the Gathering table, which is where Gerard normally hangs out with the guys. And they said, yeah, we saw Gerard maybe about like an hour ago or so. You should be able to find him upstairs in the game room. So then I went upstairs to the game room, and once I got up there, I talked with Damien. And Damien was like, yo, there's a Tekken tournament. It's going to come up around, like, I think he said February 8th. There's a Tekken tournament on February 8th. You should definitely check out the Tekken tournament. And he was talking to me about, like, the career fair and everything. So I got to catch up with Damien real quick. And he said, yeah, I saw Gerard maybe like 15 minutes ago. He's probably somewhere still in the game room. So I walk around the game room. I can't find Gerard anywhere. I walk outside, and there are just tons of people just like in the hall of the CU because they're having like a Smash tournament. So they have a bunch of TVs lined up next to each other, people talking, just standing in the hall. I'm looking around trying to see if like Gerard's like hidden somewhere playing Smash, but I couldn't find him. So I look down from above at the first floor to see if maybe I missed Gerard. Maybe he was at like Dunkin' Donuts or something, like getting a coffee. Couldn't see him. So right when I think I'm about to like leave the CU, I notice one of the guys at the magic table is looking at me really hard, and I think he was trying to see if I found Gerard. So I go up to him and I tell him that like I couldn't find him, and I tell him what I just told you guys. And he's like, "Well, Gerard likes to study in the Veterans Lounge. Maybe he's in there." So I go upstairs, and between like the normal Charger Union and where the Veterans Lounge is, there's like this set of double doors. So I try to open the double doors, and both of them are locked, so I can't get through. But there's another set of double doors that lead to like the area where there are like clubs and organizations. So what I did is I opened those doors, and they let you essentially bypass the other doors. I don't understand why they lock that first set of double doors, but they don't lock that other set of doors, because as long as that other set of doors is open, you don't have to use the first set to get in. So it doesn't make any sense. But I walked up, and the Veterans Lounge was just blacked out. There were no lights on whatsoever. And I was like, oh, well, I don't think Gerard's just chilling in there in the dark. I couldn't see him. So I walk in the back. There are a bunch of like study rooms, but I can't find Gerard anywhere. And then as I'm walking back, defeated, not finding Gerard, Gerard is just right there in front of me. And I'm like, oh, like, did you know I was looking for you? And he said that he saw me through the window of the Veterans Lounge. Gerard was all the way in the back, in the corner of the room, and I just couldn't see him for shit. Because he was in there, like, in the dark, in the Veterans Lounge. And I was like, oh, okay. So, Gerard comes back with me to the dorm. Matt's like, oh shit, you guys are already at the dorm, and he comes and he catches up with us. We worked on D&D characters. I really wanted to have a Dragonborn who had like either no arms or no legs, who was an assassin. And it took us forever to finally decide on something. Um, what I ended up getting is a Dragonborn character who's missing a hand, but he's a monk assassin who has lost his memory, and he's able to replace his prosthetic. I mean, he's able to replace his stump, like his arm, with prosthetic weapons. So one is like a shuriken shooter. It's like a fist that like shoots shurikens out. It operates the same way as a light crossbow does in D&D, except instead of shooting crossbow bolts, it shoots shurikens out. If I replace that, I also have a magic hand that's made out of bamboo. It just operates as a normal hand would, except it's made out of bamboo. And then my other weapon is a weapon that I have like a spiritual attachment to, and I'm able to use the power of my ki in order to like charge it with special abilities. So I still haven't decided on what prosthetic that will be, but I am excited for that. I still need to work on my character a little bit more. Matt's actually starting his own D&D campaign outside of the Colin campaign. Colin will be playing in it, but he won't be the DM of that. So that's what we're currently working on characters for. We also rolled stats, but I haven't attributed any of the points that I rolled to stats yet. I used Matt's glasses case to roll the dice, so I put the dice in the case, closed it, shook it, and then when you open it, it causes the dice to pop one more time and flip. And I got a lot of pretty good rolls. Only got one pretty bad roll. It was like an 8. but my character is going to have some solid stats. I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I'm going to keep him a Dragonborn or not, since a lot of his things have changed from my original concept. Because originally I wanted him to be a Dragonborn that had no arms, and he relied on using his wings instead of like using his arms, which I know sounds weird. He wouldn't use his wings to like hold weapons or like open doors or anything like that, but he would try and use his wings to help him with like his balance and his mobility. The other uses for arms than like utility uses that you would normally think of. Like to get up off the ground, he wouldn't like push himself up with his arms. He would like use his knees and like flap his wings to try and like get lift off the ground and shit like that. Because he now only has a missing hand, I'm not sure how I feel about the whole Dragonborn thing. Because the wings were supposed to be like a function before. Now he would just be a Dragonborn and he'd have a breath weapon. I also originally wanted him to use his ki to control the elements to like summon elemental attacks because Dragonborn already can like shoot elemental attacks out of their mouth. So I wanted him to be able to use one element via his like dragon breath and then use other elements using his ki. But then I learned in order to become a Dragonborn, you have to either be good or evil. But I want my character to be chaotic neutral because they like have lost their memories. They don't remember who they are. So I was like, well, if I have to be good or evil, then maybe Dragonborn shouldn't be the one that I pick. I don't know, but we'll see. It seems like right now Dragonborn is the direction that I'm going in. So after we worked on D&D characters for a little bit, we watched the latest episode of Shield Hero, which is an anime that me, Bangzel, and Matt watch, but I'm not super into it. It's not like the worst thing in the world, but I don't know. And we played some Dragon Ball Fighter Z. In Dragon Ball Fighter Z, I lost 10-0 against Matt and Gerard. Matt and Gerard faced off against me, and I lost 10 times in a row. And then I got that comeback. I got that comeback against Matt. I believe I beat Matt 4 times in a row after that, which was actually pretty interesting. I started playing Hit. So I started playing Hit, Super Saiyan Trunks, and Gotenks. And I was able to beat Matt 4 times consecutively after I had lost 10 times consecutively. Then after that, Matt faced off against Gerard, and Gerard pretty much wiped the floor with Matt as well. So that was pretty interesting to watch. Then me and Gerard faced off, and Gerard just wiped the floor with me. But it was interesting for me to have such a hard comeback after such a hard loss. I'm interested in trying to get better with Hit. I feel like I'm okay with setting off Hit's counters now. But the issue is if someone has like a multi-hitting attack, I may counter one of the hits, but still get hit by the other attack, which can be kind of gross. The counter also doesn't stop things like dragon rushes or like supers, so I just have to be careful of when I use Hit's counter. I like that it's a one-button counter. You hit the X button, you counter. Easy game. And I like that Hit's square and triangle buttons allow him to like kind of dash forward with his hits. I think that's pretty dope. Hit can do a lot with a little. I think that's what I enjoy the most about playing Hit. But yeah, after we played Dragon Ball Fighter Z for a bit, the guys dipped, and I started the live stream, and that's about it. So now we're all caught up on my day, so let me check that live chat to see what you guys had to say. Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. Kel said, so for the Ritual Future Monster, how about Future Paradox Magician? So I like it. I'm trying to see if I would prefer those words in a different order. Like, would I like Paradox Future Magician? I guess it makes sense to keep Future at the beginning because it's the archetype name. Future Paradox Magician doesn't seem bad. I kind of wish you could just call it Paradox Magician, and maybe in the card text be like, this is always considered a future monster, because I think Paradox Magician sounds better without having the word future in it. Kel said, I think your friend might low-key be a vampire with how he was able to blend into the darkness. Who knows? We'll have to ask him. I've seen him in broad daylight. If he is a vampire, he's a daywalker for sure. Let me plug up my phone, make sure it's on charge. But Kels, how's your day today? How have you been? I'm excited to talk with you in the live chat. Um, oh, you said that you've been working on the woo. I tried to like move my laptop with all the stuff on it. How's your day been, Kels? I know you've been working on the player armor cards. Having my phone plugged in while the laptop's to the side is a horrible idea because it just keeps dragging the phone and making the phone fall down. So I'm going to keep this up. Kels said, I have a D&D Dragonborn character too, named Lorcaz Dinks. Am I pronouncing that right? Is it Dinxus? Dinsus. Is it Lorcax Dinsus? Is that an S or an A? I think that's an S. Lorcax densis. I think I'm saying it right. We'll see. Um, so this will be my first time playing a Dragonborn. If I do play a Dragonborn this time around, so that is somewhat exciting in its own right. I feel like I'm more interested in my character's like prosthetic thing that they do than my character being a Dragonborn. Right now, I feel like the Dragonborn thing is like an extra bit of flavor, but it's not something that matters as much to me now that my character has arms. At one point, I tried to bargain for not having legs, but they weren't vibing with that, and they weren't vibing with the no arms thing either. But at least I can not have a hand. I really wanted to be like an amputee character, but they just really weren't fucking with it. Kel said I was working on the cards, but school got in the way. I can get them done easy peasy over the weekend. Ballin'. I have like three different books that I'm currently working on. One is turning my friends into superheroes. The book concentrates on like an alternate universe where each of us are superheroes and we have our own independent series where it's not a team up book, but we all exist in the same world and we're all like doing our own thing. Then the next book I'm working on, I'm looking at comic books as a whole. I'm looking at like my favorite comic book characters and I'm breaking down why they're my favorite characters and then creating my own series concepts and formulas that capitalize on what I like the most about comics. In that book, I only have one series concept and formula finished, and then I'm working on another one where I finished the concept for it, but I haven't finished the formula for it necessarily. So I'm really excited to get that out. I feel like that book will probably be one of my best books, considering the fact that it'll really take into account what I like about comic books and what I like about superheroes and put it all into one book just filled with like series concepts and series formulas because I feel like those are series concepts and series formulas that I could see myself actually making into books in the future. And the final book that I'm currently working on is about my new D&D character that I'm working on for Matt's campaign because I have somewhat of an idea of what I want for like their backstory, and I'm currently working out, what is their spiritual bonded prosthetic weapon going to be, you know, um, what race are they really going to be, and that is going to establish like a few more things for my character. I also always like to think of special moves, so I look at what my character is currently capable of, and then I try to think of as many different like combinations of moves my character could do, and give them like unique names and write out like when they'd be the most useful, things of that nature. So I am really hyped to work on those three books. Hopefully over the weekend, I'll be able to get a good amount of writing in. Tomorrow, I have D&D with the guys. I'm thinking maybe I'll go to Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow morning, go eat there. Then after that, around like 1 or so, I think Colin and Gerard will be like free. So then I'll probably get picked up. We'll go over to Colin's place. We'll play like fighting games for a bit, level up our characters if we haven't already, and then we'll jump into the D&D campaign. Of course, we're gonna have Avery, Dozer, Gerard, Colin, Matt, just all hanging out playing D&D. So that's gonna be fun, and we're gonna stream it. So definitely make sure you tune into that. Kel said my D&D guy is a sorcerer, and he has this philosophy that I thought was neat. He believes that basically everyone is controlled by fate, but some people can go against fate and make their own destiny. That is actually a huge plot point in Kingdom of Amalur. Kingdom of Amalur, I'm not a fan of medieval fantasy, but Kingdom of Amalur is one of my favorite medieval fantasy open world games of all time. It's a really solid game. In it, you're a guy who died but you were brought back to life due to an interesting circumstance. And due to this circumstance, you are now outside of the normal binds of fate. So in this world, there are like fortune tellers who can like look into each individual person's future and figure out information about their future. The information isn't always clear, but it is accurate. So, um, no matter who you are, a fortune reading can be done on you, and something about your future can be ascertained. But your main character exists outside of these like bindings. So if someone tries to like tell your fortune, they can't because of the fact that you're outside of fate. And when you level up your character, you get to choose like your destiny. You have these individual destiny paths that are kind of like classes, and you can multi-class by like taking on like multiple different destinies for different levels. Um, Really cool game. If you've never played Kingdom of Amalur, I'd recommend it. I never played Skyrim. I played Kingdom of Amalur. That was my medieval fantasy game. Then Fable 3, which, to be honest, Fable 3, come on. Fable 3 was better than Kingdom of Amalur. I know that's an unpopular opinion. That's just my opinion. Very subjective. Um, but Fable 3, I put so much time into Fable 3. I loved Fable 3. I essentially lived another life in Fable 3. Kingdom of Amalur, I also lived another life in, but I felt like one thing that sold Fable 3 for me was being able to go up to like anyone in any town and talk to them and establish a relationship with them. A random nigga in a town you visited once, you could visit that town and they would treat you like their best friend and they would give you gifts because you talked to them, you did a mission for them, and they just vibed with you. You know what I mean? But the same thing could go if you made like an enemy in a town. You know, that person might be like, fuck you when you show up and like actually try to like start some shit. Um, you could go on dates with people, you could marry them, and they're NPCs. They're not even like major characters. You have to make them major characters by interacting with them and like making them important. And that's what I liked. You worked a job in Fable 3, so you did like normal stuff. I actually love games that let you like be a normal person for the most part. In the most recent D&D game that I played with Colin last week, like I said, that's posted to the channel. My character's main motivation was just to eat breakfast. Because no matter how crazy the setting is, no matter what incredible adventure you're going on, I think the best out there moments come from when you just try to do something normal in a crazy world. Because you can't do it without something crazy happening. I feel like that was the big appeal of regular show, but that's just because that creates like a very interesting and organic story. I don't know. That may just be me, but I really vibe with that. I feel like I got lost. I got lost in the sauce. Fable 3. Why I love Fable 3. In Fable 3, you could work a normal job, you made money, but you still have magic, and you could fight people with magic because you're not going to use anything else. Magic was too good in Fable 3. I do admit. Once you got like a few solid like magic spells, you could probably just use your area of effect attack over and over again and you'd just be fine. Um, you could level up, get better over time, and by that, just keep using the same magic. You could customize your outfits. You could have your own house. You could have multiple houses. You could own every piece of property in the fucking game, which is what I went for. Fable 3 is the shit. Then Kel said he calls people who defy fate path builders, and he only likes those people. Anyone else he doesn't care about. What quantifies as a path builder to him is inconsistent, though. Interesting. Excuse me. Is that an intentional character flaw, or is that just something that happened to come up through like role play? That you happen to find that like sometimes you would treat certain people as path builders where other times you wouldn't? That would be my question in response to that. Matt, when I mentioned that I wanted to do monk, really wanted me to do a very generic type of monk that is very popular, where everyone says it's like playing Goku. I think it's like something to do with the sun, but you do a lot of like Hadoken, Kamehameha, Ki Blast attack kind of moves, and I just didn't really want to do that. I feel like I've done enough projectile energy attack from a distance things when I used to play a Warlock back in Adventures League. With each new character in D&D, I'm trying to do something a little bit different from what I've done before. I feel like this campaign with Matt is going to be my biggest departure from what I've known previously. So I think that's going to be interesting. Um, why did I bring that up? I don't know where I was going with what I was saying. um, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea where I was going with that. I do think monk is an interesting class though for D&D. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with monk. I've noticed that a lot of classes in D&D have a lot of subtypes that can say like, hey, you know, being a monk doesn't necessarily mean that you do this. You can do like a whole bunch of different things. Kel says it's intentional. I haven't been able to play him in a game though, because I haven't been able to set up a campaign yet with my friends. But when I do, I'ma use him. Oh, ballin'. We in the past have done D&D live streams before, where I stream. We get a whole bunch of the guys together. Someone DMs and we all like play like online. I'm personally not a big fan of D&D. Um, I feel like in part because I don't like medieval fantasy. I prefer like superheroes. So like a superhero RPG would be more up my alley. I've actually published a few different superhero RPGs on Amazon, and I used to play Jank Heroes a good bit with my friends, which is one of the superhero RPGs that I made up. Um, so I'm not a big fan of medieval fantasy, which is like the main genre that like D&D is played with, at least within my friend group. Of course, you can play different genres of D&D. I don't like D&D's combat. I feel like it's very boring. A lot gets left to chance. You have to wait for like other people to like complete their turns. People will have forever to decide on what they want to do, and then it hits their turn, and they still don't know what they're gonna do, and then they just do what they always do because they always end up doing just about the same thing. I've been told that what makes D&D combat great is to like make it like really flavorful and descriptive to like describe what you do, but then people don't like it when you take too long in your turn. Sometimes when you try to describe something really flavorful, it ends up making your rolls harder because it's like, oh, you're gonna do like this really crazy stylistic thing. That means that it's like more difficult for you to do it, and then you get like cucked by your rolls. It can just be really gross. I'm just not a big fan of like D&D combat. D&D does not really reward you for getting up close and getting hit, but then there are like so many niggas who get up close and get hit, and that boggles the mind for me. Uh, the idea that like you can get in a fight. I've seen people with like high ACs go up against like armor classes where it's like difficult for them to get hit, or at least it should be. Get in like a one-on-one fight with someone, and they have all these like crazy spells they can cast and shit like that. But then you get to the point where you run out of spell slots, so now you're just a nigga with a sword, and you're fighting someone who's high enough level to be able to hit you, even though you have a high AC. So you're just getting beat up, and you don't have any extra magic or any bullshit like that. You just have to swing your sword, pass, swing your sword, pass. They keep hitting you in the face. I'm like, it's just a fucking struggle. I don't know. And then you gotta wait. You gotta wait turn after turn just to get hit in the face again. I don't know. I am not a big fan of D&D combat at all. And then when you're a projectile person, like if you're gonna like stay far away from the combat and attack from a distance, everybody's gonna shit on you. Everybody's gonna call you a coward, be like, oh, you don't get involved in the fights, da 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 da. I have yet to see someone play a ranged character in D&D and not get shat on for playing a ranged character in D&D. That shit boggles the mind. Because essentially what ends up happening is an enemy will approach the ranged character. The ranged character will either try and get away from the enemy, to which then everyone goes, oh, they never fight. You almost got in a fight and you ran away like a bitch. Or you like try and stand your ground against that character, but because you're ranged, you can't like fight them at such a close proximity, so you just eat shit. And then everyone's like, "Oh, you ate shit because you suck." Like, like I've never seen someone like play like a solely like range thing, and they like not get shot on for it. So I feel like D&D combat is just kind of gross. I never get hype when people do like really crazy shit in D&D combat either, because a lot of times the flavor is just there for flavor when people describe stuff, but it doesn't like change the damage. It's not like, and then when I use my mighty sword, I like cleave directly into the shoulder blade. And then when the blood splurted past my face, I slid to the side and I removed the blade swiftly. Like shit like that. You can say all you want to like try and make it hyper, but it's not like you did like a special like super thing, because in the end you may have done that and like dealt some damage, but characters in D&D more or less when you hurt them are just like okay, like if you didn't like kill them with the move, they're just like, well, I'm gonna just still hit you, like that didn't actually result in anything. I find that kind of weird. I don't know. I feel like D&D could cut you a little bit of slack when you like do special shit. I know that there are RPGs that exist, like tabletop RPGs like D&D, that say if you go into great detail to describe what you did and make it like fancy and special, like give it extra style, that it's a built-in game mechanic for it to like suddenly be better. Like because you like described all that stuff, now it's like easier for you to like do your move. And it's to like keep the game more theatrical, to encourage people to like put in that extra like oomph when they describe stuff, because describing something actually improves your performance in the game rather than just slow the game down for something that in the end doesn't amount to much in gameplay. I get it for like the roleplay aspect to help like increase like immersion, but it just gets weird. Kel said, sorry for leaving so soon, but I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna head out. See you later. Oop, I hope you have a wonderful night, Kels. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to smash that like button. I hope you have a great night. Looks like we had another person pop in just as Kels was dipping for the night. Hey, it's good to have you. Welcome to the stream. Right now, I'm just talking with you guys in the live chat. Feel free to hit me up with any questions, comments, or concerns. I'd be more than happy to answer. This is just like a general hangout session. We're now at 0 viewers. So what I'll do since we hit 0 viewers, I might play some Lego Worlds and do like 2 streams at the same time. Doom, 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 doom. It really depends on the day whether or not we can really keep the vlog stream like super active. Doom, 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 doom. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-da-dum. So I'm gonna get another live dashboard window open. Do 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 do. I just remembered, yeah. To have 2 live dashboards is gonna be interesting. So I'm gonna move this. Oh, that's gross. I accidentally made like one of the windows smaller. Didn't mean to. So live dashboard. Grab that one. There we go. Do 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 do. Right now the Fighter Z music is like playing in my ear. I forgot that I need to get the Lego World stream started before I can actually pull up its live chat. In case you guys didn't see my Lego World stream that I did earlier, it's essentially No Man's Sky, but everything's made of Legos. Also, I'm not sure if No Man's Sky has couch co-op, but Lego Worlds supposedly has like a 2-player mode. I've heard that it's pretty atrocious. Like for whatever reason, 2-player mode doesn't really work well. Hello everyone, this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, with another exciting live stream. And today I'm playing a little bit more Lego Worlds. Right now I'm doing a vlog stream. We hit like a low point in the vlog stream where it's like at 44 minutes or so. We normally do it for about an hour, but just not a lot of people are able to tune in. I did a little bit later than normal because I was hanging out with Matt and Gerard. So now I'm going to be playing some Lego Worlds. So right now I'm going to get the live chat set up for this stream. There we go. I'm going to be monitoring the live chat for both this stream and for the vlog stream. Gonna scroll down into the side. Perfect. Okay, so let's jump back into Lego Worlds where we left off before. I forgot about this little, like, menu tune. So it's trying to connect to the server. We don't need servers where we're going. Yeah, load game. I'm excited to collect more gold bricks and explore more biomes. There we go. So right now, we're jumping back into the game. Okay, so we're going to continue adventure mode where we left off. I like the little jazzy music that it plays in the background. Oh, by the way, if you guys watching the vlog stream want to see what I'm up to, feel free to hit up this Lego World stream. That way you can actually like see what I'm currently playing. I've already gone over my day for the most part. Right now I'm just keeping the vlog stream open just in case anyone jumps in and like wants to like do a hangout. Because that's really what the latter part of the vlog stream is. It's just like a hangout with you guys. But it is late on a Thursday night. A lot of people have school, so I understand. Oh, there we go. For a minute, I was looking at a loading screen that was at 0%. I was like, 0%? Yikes. There's not a lot of in-game loading, which I like. I almost bought Lego City Undercover instead of buying Lego Worlds, but I'm glad I didn't. I watched a review on it and learned that that may not be the best idea. Also, a meteorite just fell, but I thought I've already like been here, done that, like collected whatever was at the meteorite drop zone. I thought I saved game. Yeah, I got the copy and paste tool again. Oh, it landed where I had made a house using the copy tool. So the house that I made got riggedy wrecked. Rip. I heard like a sparkly sound. And I thought maybe I had found the next gold brick. But I'm trying to collect all the gold bricks on this planet. Does my map just show me where NPCs happen to be running around? Is that a cake batter mixer? Okay. So we now have a cake batter mixer. Don't know what that was I just picked up. I guess just random candy related things. I can't collect the construction workers yet because I need to finish all their gold brick challenges. I don't have class tomorrow, and the guys aren't going to be available until like around 1 or so. So I'm probably just going to keep streaming Lego Worlds for like until I just decide I don't want to. So there are 3 gold bricks that I still need to collect. This world is so alive compared to some of the other worlds. Unlock the cat, please. There we go. Now I'll be able to create cats. I could have sworn gold bricks help you find stuff. I mean, sorry, that gold bricks... Wait, there's a first-person mode for Lego Worlds? Now it is like No Man's Sky. This is cool. This is almost like a movie now. I'm actually normally not a big fan of No Man's Sky. I mean, not No Man's Sky. Of first-person perspective. Oh, we found a guy. So he needs me to use the copy tool. Yeah. So I'm going to use the copy tool. I'm going to leave it as is. Right now I'm copying a gingerbread house as a part of a mission. This copied really easy. I tried to copy a house earlier and it did not work. Okay. So right now I'm just gonna call it medium gingerbread house. Also, he said he was making a house for Mr. Excuse me, gingerbread. I haven't seen any candy pizza. I just almost said candy pizza. Candy people here. I have only seen like construction workers. Do I have to talk to him again? Oh, I need to then paste the house. I like that he's always offering me the gold brick. Okay. So I use the discovery tool. I go to my discoveries. And then I paste the copied medium gingerbread house. Oh shit. The gun shoots out the individual Legos and like builds it. Okay, so I got the gold brick, which means I can now get this new construction worker. Okay. So I now have a new gold brick. Right now I'm discovering some flowers. Oh, cool. So now I have 10 gold bricks. I'm still missing 2 of the tools that I need. Have I already collected all 3 of the gold bricks that I needed? Oh, I sure did. I didn't know I'd already collected all 3 gold bricks here. Ballin'. So in LEGO Worlds, you need to use gold bricks. Oh, I got a new thing. Ooh. Interesting. I just got a... Well, real quick. So I got a new tool called Free Build. And Free Build gives you access to all of your tools without having to use your tool wheel to switch between tools. So it's like the all-in-one tool. So there's only one tool that I currently don't have access to in the game. I imagine I'll get access to it on the next world. So I'm gonna leave the candy world for now. I can always come back to it later. Ooh, small worlds unlocked. I didn't know small worlds were like a thing that existed. So now I'm gonna go to Monster Town. Ooh. Or I can go to the space world. I have options now, which kind of threw me. There's also another candy world I can go to. Oh wait, that's not a candy world. That's called Winter Wonderland. So it's like a Christmas world. So I can either go to a Christmas world, Monster Town, or a space world. I'm gonna go to Monster Town. Oh, it said access to the Monster Pack is available from the PlayStation Store. So I can't actually go to Monster Town because it, like, I imagine costs money. So what about Winter Wonderland? Okay, so we're gonna go to Winter Wonderland. I didn't know that some of the procedurally generated worlds more or less had a paywall. That's kind of gross. Looks like the vlog stream is almost over. It has about 6 minutes left in it. I don't know how long I'm going to continue playing this game, but I'm enjoying it so far. And I like my custom character design. It'd be cool if you also flew in the spaceship in first person in Lego Worlds. That'd be actually really dope. I was surprised that there was a first person mode to begin with. I imagine the thumbnails for first person mode are gonna be dope. Whoa! You hop out of the ship like that. Oh, I got the Lego Agents pack. Oh, why did I unlock that? So, inventory. It's interesting that he calls it the inventory. Don't know what the inventory is. I mean, I imagine it's my inventory, but the way he said it made it seem like maybe it's a play on words. So I'm gonna discover that little mailbox, that bench. Can I get the Christmas tree? Oh, I unlocked it. Dang it. I gotta be careful of doing that. Nothing wrong with it though. Wait, can I discover this person? I can discover a person without having to complete a quest. Now that's a Christmas miracle. Great, I unlocked it. Discover that. That's the same thing. Oh, so the lounger is the chair table combination. A hot air balloon. No, a trader. Does he have a mission for me? Oh, snap. Oh, wow. I can buy things from them. I don't know what any of those things mean. That's cool. See, discover a window. I want to copy tool this house. I'm not sure if I can because it has like pieces that I haven't unlocked. Can I discover this door? I sure can. So what happens if I use the copy tool on this? I'm actually really curious. Copy tool. Okay. Okay. I got the whole house, I think, in a few trees and like snow and stuff in the background. I wasn't necessarily trying to get like the whole landscape, but it's hard to guarantee that you like grab all of it. I got a little bit of like some extra stuff too. So how do you? Okay, so maybe this is how you like deselect things. So right now I'm trying to deselect all this stuff that I accidentally grabbed as like extra. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think I'm doing what I think I'm doing. How do I... Because I want to just make this form mainly over the box. I mean, over the house. Like, I don't want all this extra. But I haven't learned how to use the tool properly. Also, for the vlog stream, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button. Favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. There's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace, and stay tuned because the LEGO World stream is still